December 22, 2025. Story 1. The U.S. seized another tanker near Venezuela over the weekend, a Chinese-owned Panamanian-flagged vessel not under U.S. sanction, and attempted to intercept a second. Trump has declared a blockade on all sanctioned oil tankers entering or leaving Venezuela. Since September, the U.S. has bombed at least 28 boats without presenting evidence of drugs, killing over 100 people. Senator Rand Paul said, "I'm not for blowing up boats of unarmed people suspected of being drug dealers. I'm not for any of this." Takeaway. When a Republican senator publicly breaks with the administration on military action, note who and how strongly. Paul called it a provocation and prelude to war. That's an on-record position that creates political space for opposition. Story 2. Trump appointed Louisiana Governor Jeff Landry as special envoy to Greenland. Landry thanked Trump, saying it's an honor to make Greenland part of the U.S. Denmark is summoning the U.S. ambassador. Takeaway. Envoy appointments signal seriousness of intent. Denmark's diplomatic response tells you they're treating this as a real threat, not rhetoric. Story 3. The WHO declared Gaza no longer faces famine following the October ceasefire, but warned progress is extremely fragile. More than 100,000 children and 37,000 pregnant and breastfeeding women are projected to suffer acute malnutrition through April. Israel continues near daily violations. Saturday, Israel attacked a school sheltering displaced people in Gaza City, killing 5 including young children. Takeaway. Famine downgrade doesn't mean crisis resolved, it means the baseline shifted from catastrophic to severe. The malnutrition projections tell you what's coming even under current conditions. Story 4. In the West Bank, Israeli forces killed 2 Palestinians including a 16-year-old shot at close range. Witnesses say soldiers blocked medics, letting the boy bleed out, then seized his body. Israel's security cabinet approved 19 new settlements, bringing the total approved over 3 years to 69. Takeaway. 69 settlements in 3 years is a pace. The body seizure pattern prevents families from burial and documentation. Both are systematic, not incidental. Story 5. The U.S. launched its largest assault on ISIS in Syria since Assad's fall, striking over 70 targets with more than 100 precision munitions following the deaths of 2 American soldiers earlier this month. Story 6. A Russian missile strike killed 8 in Odessa. Russia claims 2 more villages in Donetsk. In Moscow, a senior Russian general was killed by a car bomb, a year after Ukraine claimed responsibility for killing the head of Russia's chemical weapons forces. Peace talks in Miami with Trump envoy Witkoff and Jared Kushner were called productive but showed no breakthrough. U.S. intelligence continues to warn Putin hasn't abandoned aims of capturing all of Ukraine. Takeaway. Assassinations of Russian generals inside Moscow show Ukrainian operational reach. The intelligence assessment that Putin's aims haven't changed is the baseline for evaluating any peace deal. If terms don't address that, they're temporary. Story 7. The Justice Department missed Friday's deadline on Epstein files, failing to publish thousands of documents. Deputy AG Blanche blamed redaction time. Over 500 released pages were entirely redacted, including all 119 pages of a document labeled Grand Jury New York. At least 16 files disappeared from the DOJ website over the weekend before reappearing after public outcry, including a photo of Trump with Epstein, Melania, and Ghislaine Maxwell. Representatives Khanna and Massey, who co-sponsored the Transparency Act, said they'll seek to hold AG Bondi in contempt. Some Democrats are considering impeachment articles. Takeaway. Files disappearing then reappearing after outcry tells you pressure works. The 119 fully redacted grand jury pages are the gap to watch. Contempt proceedings create timelines and force responses. That's the mechanism now in play. Story 8. Elise Stefanik announced she's dropping out of the New York governor's race and leaving Congress. Marjorie Taylor Greene is leaving in January. Senator Cynthia Lummis won't seek re-election. Takeaway. Multiple high-profile departures in sequence is a pattern worth noting. Whether they're positioning for something else or exiting before something lands, the timing clusters. Story 9. CBS canceled a 60-minute segment on Venezuelan men deported to El Salvador's Soco prison 3 hours before broadcast. New CBS News editor Barry Weiss requested multiple changes. The correspondent said the story was screened 5 times and cleared by attorneys and standards, calling the decision political, not editorial. Takeaway. When journalists publicly call their own outlet's decision political, that's institutional fracture being documented in real time. The segment existed, was cleared, and was pulled. That tells you what pressure looks like from inside. Story 10. 4 people died in ICE custody over a 4-day period this month. 30 people died in ICE detention in 2025, the highest since 2004. ACLU Council said it represents clear deterioration of medical care and worsening conditions. Takeaway. Death rates are outcome measures. Highest in 21 years is the system under stress producing predictable results. If you know anyone detained, medical advocacy is urgent. Story 11. A Pakistani court sentenced former Prime Minister Imran Khan and his wife to 17 years for retaining and selling state gifts. Khan has been imprisoned since 2023 and claims US-backed political persecution. Source note. Khan's persecution claims are contested. Pakistan's judiciary has faced credibility questions. Story 12. Tens of thousands attended the state funeral for Sharif Osman Hadi in Bangladesh. A suspect has been identified, a member of the banned student wing of former PM Hasina's party. He remains at large. Protesters demanded justice, saying they don't know if it will come. Takeaway. Identified suspect still at large tells you about state capacity or will. The movement's survival depends on whether it can maintain cohesion through grief and uncertainty. Story 13. Sydney held a moment of silence 1 week after the Bondi Beach massacre that killed 15. Police revealed the attackers threw 4 homemade bombs that failed to detonate. Prime Minister Albanese was booed at the commemoration. He's resisting calls for a federal royal commission. The bystander Ahmed Al-Ahmed, who wrestled a gun from an attacker, was praised. He sent a message. Today I stand with you, my brothers and sisters. New South Wales is debating emergency gun legislation expected to pass Tuesday. Takeaway. The failed bombs mean the death toll could have been far higher. Gun law response within 2 weeks shows what political will looks like when it exists. Ahmed's public solidarity message across religious lines is the counter-narrative to division. That's December 22nd.